Hello, everyone. We're back, and I'm sorry we're a little bit late today. I thought I had everything ready to go from our D23 fun, but I didn't quite. Let me introduce myself first. My name's Rebecca Mosley. I am the co-founder of LaughingBlaze.com. We've been writing about the Disney company for 25 years now. And I still love every moment of it. This week, Barely Necessities, as always, my co-host here is Rebecca Burbank. How are you doing, Rebecca?
I'm good. How are you?
I am unbelievably pumped. I mean, that's what happens each and every time I go to D23. Look, I'm so pumped. I'm like blurry. Here, let me maybe if I throw my
Go
D23 hat
ahead.
on,
There
that'll
you go.
help it find me. But yeah, no, I always leave this event like super motivated and ready to face. There's so much talk at D23 about the strength to face your fears, to not be afraid to fail. So I often leave like thinking of a few items that I had shelved, like projects I'd shelved, and been like, you know what? Yeah, I need to just bite the bullet and get in there and get it done. And so yeah, so that's where I'm at, kind of emotionally. I'm still super amped, super pumped. So
Yeah, there was so much coming out of that entire weekend. Oh my goodness. It was
did
like a nonstop parade of announcements and reveals.
did you have a chance to catch some of it? I know you weren't there in person, but what came out of it to you there in the middle of the U.S.?
Well, I mean, I was paying a lot of attention to the merchandise for sure because most of it, or there was a large chunk of it that was going to be available at Disney Store, which was exactly what we cover. So I was trying to keep up with that. I actually really liked our video with the David Blaine card trick and that entire audience. So nothing to do with merchandise, but I watched that a couple times and was just like, oh, that's like it would have been so cool to have been in that in the Honda Center for that reveal. That would have been so much fun.
I haven't caught that moment yet. I'm gonna have to go look it up because I was over at the convention center because Princess in Concert was that same evening, and I opted to stay at the in Anaheim to experience that. Mickey Mouse is my spirit animal, saying sorry I missed it this year. Oh, what a party you missed! But if Laughing Place has you covered from beginning to end. Be sure to check out our socials, check out our YouTube right here. So many clips and videos, and we've got more to come. I still haven't been able to give my the team some of the footage that I have. I'm going to say a quick hello to Donna and a quick hello to Gio. And if you stopped by the booth this weekend, thank you so much. We had so many people stop by the booth. It was wonderful to my husband and son, and your husband were there, and we're able to meet so many really, really wonderful people. We gave away so much merchandise at the booth. So yeah, just a lot happening. But we're gonna start here
Mm-hmm.
with more Stitch Attack snacks, right, Becca?
Yes, we'll try to keep this portion short and sweet. But yeah, today we had Stitch attacking snacks and yeah, pineapple whip or pineapple swirl. I realize now I put whip, and so I went back and changed it. But yes, still the same thing. Yeah, he and Angel are enjoying the frozen treat. I love that he's got the one eye closed and
Oh
he's
yeah.
like and he's licking the ice cream or the. I guess yeah, it's not quite ice cream, so the frozen treat.
Yep.
But yeah, so much fun, and I love his shirt. So this collection of plush, as we've discussed before, they have different expressions, even though it's the same two characters. They have different expressions on each plush, and then they also have different outfits that usually tie into the snacks that they're attacking. So lots of fun with that one.
And then within the Disney Eats collection, it's pineapple swirl featured. And so
Mhm.
you have a nice bright yellow collection of items, whether it's the Spirit jersey with this ombre yellow or the very bold striped tumbler. What do you think of the ears, Becca?
I like them. I like the pineapple ring option. I think that's a lot of fun. And I like the green that they have for the bow. So I'm pro ears on this one.
David Sutton coming in and saying, I spotted Costco selling Dole Whip. I have heard that from other people. I have also had people tell me they were very disappointed. So if you picked it up, David, let us know what your thoughts were on it. If anybody here has tried the Costco Dole Whip, let us know. Because like I say, some friends of mine in the Sacramento area said, it just didn't meet what I want when it comes to Dole Whip. So I'm curious. As we know, Halloween is the next big kind of party season around the corner.
Yes.
So Becca's gathered up some items for you there.
Yeah, over at HalloweenCostumes.com, they have Princess and the Frog costumes. And while they're not themed to Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it's exciting that, you know, that attraction opened not only at Walt Disney World, but it's coming in November to Disneyland. And so these are some new looks or it's a new costume for Tiana, and then a new costume for Ray, and also for Lewis. So, and then I threw in a couple of the others that they have had there. But these are exclusive designs to HalloweenCostumes.com or their sibling site, fun.com. And one thing that I really like about HalloweenCostumes.com is that they make their costumes in various sizes, in terms of like you can have a kid or a toddler and then an adult, and then they even have plus size. So a lot of these are mix and match for a group costume, which I think is super, super fun.
I'm sorry, but this is way too cute. Ray,
right?
Baby carrier. That is
right?
amazingly adorable. So there'll be a link below to our roundup of the Princess and the Frog Halloween costumes. But as Becca pointed out, great idea for like kind of that group, that family, or maybe a group of friends, and they do a great job at Halloween and Halloween costumes and at fun.com in offering to a wide range of sizes.
And I do want to say, I got to try one of their costumes last year. They sent us one for review, and I selected, I selected Aurora from Sleeping Beauty in her pink dress. This was like perfect. This was, I think it's $100 normally, and I mean, I put it on right out of the bag, and I didn't have to do anything. Of course, you could embellish it if you want, but I didn't have to do anything, and I felt like I could have confidently presented myself as Aurora. So, like the stitching was really nice. There's a full in this dress. There was a full netted skirt underneath or petticoat underneath. So I was really. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Dr. Jazzman popping by saying hi. Long time no see. I know. We've been out and about doing stuff. I was at D23 having way too much fun and working way too hard too at the same time. So a little bit of both. Not working as hard as our fearless leader around here, Ben. Man, oh man. Woo, that boy. I don't know how he slept at all. He was just go. How was D23, Jasmine? Wonderful. It was amazing as always. And I still fall into that camp that the arena is nice, but for me, the magic and the fun is always at the smaller stages, smaller venues around. I do my best to avoid waiting in any lines. So I had a wonderful time, even though my experience is probably extremely different than a lot of the vloggers and Twitter that you saw. But man, did I have a blast. Let's see, we're gonna pop over to Roosevelt. Man, okay, so Roosevelt's, their booth was hopping.
Yeah, I saw some photos with an end of the line sign, and I was like, oh my goodness, that must have or they had like boarding passes to purchase the exclusives.
Yep.
Like, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So lots of fun for the team over there at Roosevelt's, but we're focusing on their Spooky Classics collection today.
Yes. So this debuted last week. Several styles are sold out, but they tend to restock stuff. They do have the classic cuts, women's cuts, as well as youth and preschool. There's some fun t-shirts. And of course, the theme of this was kind of those classic Disney short films, Halloween short films. Yeah, one of their reversible bomber jackets. Those are super comfortable. We love those. We love their t-shirts. And yeah, this is like that, I like that we've got Donald, Goofy, and Mickey here as the ghost exterminator.
Yeah, if you've seen that short, which I've seen it way too many times, I had it as a little toy where you would wind and you could watch the whole short with no audio just by winding your little movie camera. This piece with the spooky hollow, this is gorgeous, Becca.
Yes. Yeah, I really love the color choices for this collection, and I'm always impressed with how they lay out their designs and patterns. So
this one almost has a Van Gogh-like feel when you first
seriously, really
at it. It's quite stunning. So if you're a fan of the Headless Horseman, be sure to check that one out as well. And with Roosevelt's, if it is sold out, don't totally lose heart, because we do see them, bring back around some of their designs, kind of replenishing their stock. So, and here at Barely, we do our best to let you know when they do reappear. So be sure to stick around. And as Gio says, their booth looked like a lot of fun from the pics I saw. I agree.
Did you get in there? Did you get to see their booth? Like actually go into their booth?
I did not enter their booth. I wandered by their booth.
Okay.
So yeah, mostly, I'll be honest, mostly because what I tried to do was, if I knew our team had been somewhere, I tried to be somewhere else. Because I wanted to do part of, my goal with Laughing Place was to try and provide as broad a vision to our readers and viewers as possible of everything going on at the event. And there was just so very much happening. So yeah, truly, I tried to just, like for example, with this, I knew Jeremiah would most likely be stopping by the Roosevelt's booth. So therefore, I didn't need to cover it. Similarly, the Star Wars volume thing, they had this booth where you could like experience the volume. You could walk into
That's
it. It would shoot a moment of you with a droid, and it was like you're on another it's unreal. But that's one of those things I just kind of walked by, and I was like, oh, Celestino, our Star Wars guy, he's gonna get that. So I'll put myself someplace else so that people can see all the little nooks and crannies of D23. Man, I am so hyped. I'm still so hyped. I'm gonna like breathe and take a moment, because it was so, like I say, I wish everybody could experience the magic of D23. I know it can be overwhelming too for people who have been before. Like I know Mickey is my spirit animal. She's been before, and Gio's been before, and it's a lot. Conventions are a lot, but
they are.
Sitting in the room with these amazingly creative people and hearing their stories, and I like I say, every time I walk away just like on cloud nine, like, yes, let me go conquer that project that seems so daunting. Let me just, let me at it. And I'm still kind of basking in that. So let's see. Moving on, as far as merchandise goes, we have some Marvel stuff, Becca.
Yes, Marvel and high-end fashion house designer Kith has a new collection. I'm going to say a lot of the stuff has sold out already. We've seen them collaborate before several times, but this time they're focusing on the X-Men and also on Marvel's 85th anniversary. So I did check the site before we started the show. Some items are available. A lot is sold out, but this is just a sampling of what was produced for this collaboration in celebration of 85 years of Marvel. Yeah, like a Silver Surfer surfboard. I mean, like, who doesn't need that in their home, right? And then yes, yeah. I like these jackets a lot. I mean, in terms of how they look, I don't own any. I have not purchased any. I have not tried any on, but I like the aesthetic. I like how they look. And you got that classic Marvel logo on there, as well as Kith, and of course the gauntlet.
If you were at D23 and you did some shopping, let us know in the chat what you picked up. We're going to be talking a little bit more specifically about kind of that D23 fun in a few moments. But right now we're going to talk a little bit about Darth Maul coming to Hasbro Black Series.
Yes, we had an exclusive reveal yesterday of this new Black Series action figure in celebration of 25th anniversary. I can't believe that. I can't believe I'm saying that. 25th anniversary of Phantom Menace. But yes, this is a Darth Maul figure. This is that 6-inch scale action figures. They feature a lot of articulation and often come with swappable heads, hands, or accessories. In this case, I think it's just the accessory, and the lightsaber does come apart, so you can have dual lightsabers instead of the really cool long one that he's got there, double-bladed. But yeah, this is highly detailed, and it's that nice price point too. It's $24.99, so you're not gonna break your budget. But yeah, Maul is a great Sith, definitely. He's very interesting to look at, and I don't know much about his story, but I do feel like what motivates him and where he started and how, you know, where his story goes is quite compelling. So yeah, just a fun way to incorporate that to your Star Wars collection. And that's available now for pre-order at Hasbro Pulse.
And as Becca mentioned, a lot of the D23 collection is now popped up over at Disney Store, and we have a roundup on the site, including the Disney Lacers. Now, hey, Becca, check it out. Look.
You got some. Oh, very cool.
Our very own Alex was invited to do an unboxing from Disney Style at the event. And among the items in the box were Disney Lacers. These are a blind box item. There's various designs that are available. And let me just show you, because these are a little bit different than kind of what I expected just seeing the visual of them. So there's the shoe with Maleficent on one side. This is the Maleficent one. And there you go on the other side. There's the sole. But see how it's actually, even though it's vinyl, it's a very flexible little shoe, almost like somebody could put it on.
Okay.
And the laces, they're like legit laces. It's not like molded laces. It's actual like fabric.
You know, there's going to be a bunch of fans who tie those and put them on their Christmas trees as ornaments on their trees.
So this is one of the ones we got, but I was super excited because the one I wanted is inside this box.
Ooh.
So here, I'll show you what we ended up with. Check it out. So I want to thank our friends over at Disney Style for, ta-da! Polka dotted mini. You've got classic red and white polka dots and mini on one side, and you flip it over, and my favorite mini.
Ooh, very nice.
Little winky face. So yeah,
so cute.
Nice little bow on the tongue there. With Maleficent, you had, it's hard to see because of the dark purple, but it is like thorns.
Okay.
From, like the thorns that rose up around the castle. So so these are the various Disney Lacers. We do have an article on Laughing Place, so we will link it below. By the way, Doobie, in case you're wondering, there is a Snow White one among the collection, my husband being a big fan of Snow White. Another item that, let's see, what was some of the other things that Becca had? Another element that I saw quite a few people in this collection, the Ichabod and Mr. Toad collection. These are available at the resort now too, Becca.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, this is what, the 75th anniversary of that film. Wow. I remember this as a kid.
If you were around on D23 Day at Disneyland, you saw that a Tarzan collection dropped, but it was quite popular. There were long lines. Well, now many of those items are available over at Downtown Disney in some of the shops there. You can find it on our X feed or our in our Threads feed. So be sure to check that out. We also today were at the launch of Disney Princess Create Your World. This is the new brand campaign for the Disney princesses. I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot more about that when World Princess Week hits.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a princess fan, be sure we'll put the link to that article below so that you can find it. And as Gio points out, yes, D23 collection merch, like the Toad merch we just shared, is available over on disneystore.com. So you can pick it up if you weren't at the event.
Mm-hmm.
It is available to you now, including not including an available anymore, but they put up the Star Speeder that they were selling at the D23 event. They put the remaining inventory, because it was a limited edition run, on Disney Store, and it went so fast.
I can't believe it sold so fast because it was $300.
Did you see what it can do? I know that, but I came so close to buying it. I came so close to buying. It had the full video of the attraction on the screen. The cabin lights up like it does when you're on the ride. The door jingle happens when it had little retractable seat belts. It had R2. It had Rex. I mean, if you are somebody who enjoys like models of attraction vehicles,
that is you guys. That's true. That is you guys.
It was amazing, and it took and the hardest part about not buying it is knowing that if I didn't buy it at $300, I would never get my hands on it because it's going to be like $7,000 in the secondary market. I mean, it's already posting 3 times its value, I think, on eBay right now. And so it's like one of those things. It was like, I posted on X, and it's still one of those things. I hope Disney eventually embraces a HasLab model for these kinds of things, because I would love. Can you imagine if they would have been like, we're going to do this Star Speeder, and if we reach this, HasLab, for those of you who maybe don't know, they'll do like, the Rancor or something, and then they have people say they want to buy it, and if they reach a certain number of people, then they go ahead and put it into production. And then they'll do things like, and if we get 2,500 people, we'll add this character. If we get 4,000 people, you'll get that character and this character, and it's like the set kind of grows in size as the volume of people interested increases. But then you can meet demand, but yet not be stuck with a lot of inventory, right? If it's something that doesn't hit with your audience, because these are niche products, like you're saying. Who's going to want to spend that much money on a toy?
Well, and also this was a super limited edition. I'm looking at the post right now of 3,000, and
only
3,000. And I don't think that was 3,000 that were available at Disney Store. I think, like you're saying, it was the remaining. So whatever didn't sell at D23. So only 3,000 people have one of these. Yeah.
And like Gio says, I am hopeful. I'm very interested to see if they do something where they tweak it just a little bit and then make that one available. Sometimes you'll see that, like they've done limited run dolls for D23 and then changed just a little bit of the wardrobe or taken just a few little details off and then kind of done a secondary release of it. So you still have something unique if you invested in the higher end, higher cost run. But we shall see what happens moving forward with all of that. Okay, so Becca, do you want me to just? I'm eager to share with you some of the stuff that could be found on the D23 show floor. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so among the items here, let me pull up real quick because I thought I had them saved out here, but I see I didn't. So
well, while you're pulling those up, I will say I'm very grateful to Disney Store for having all of their D23 exclusives on the site ahead of time with links. It made it so much easier to have articles prepped, ready to go, even published, and to kind of like make a mental shopping list. Even though you couldn't purchase things, I don't know what the actual day of purchasing online was like, but I was super impressed with everything leading up to it. So, Disney Store, thank you. You guys did fantastic.
First off, I'm going to start with our friends over at House of Sillage. They have a new collection for Mickey and Minnie that they unveiled at D23 Expo. Their last collection was very much focused on kind of that classic Mickey and Minnie, red and black. This collection is, and the fragrances were of what I would call that bakery leaning within the fragrance realm. So vanillas and very sweet smelling.
Raspberry, marshmallow.
Yeah, exactly. This line is focused much more in a floral area. It goes in with the kind of the health and wellness branding that we've seen Disney embracing more. You even see it with the styles that Mickey and Minnie are wearing. These fragrances to me go very well with the lo-fi albums.
Okay.
We're finding. So they had the cupcake perfume bottles that are signature with House of Sillage, but they also offer it in the travel size with the Cloisonne perfume sprayer. And they also had various with those perfume amplifiers. We saw them use this with Avatar.
Yes.
Can you maybe explain to people a little bit about what?
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to use any of the amplifiers, but they're like individual scents, and they're supposed to be they can be worn on their own, or what you do is you just put like a few little drops on your wrist or your neck, and you can mix and match the scents to kind of create your own unique scent. So these amplifiers can be used with any of their like base fragrances or any of the like the standalone fragrances, and this is just to kind of like, you know, give you a little bit something more.
And their booth proved quite popular whenever I would go by. There were always quite a few people in line. Over at Kidrobot, it was all about Stitch, whether it was like the classic jumpsuit, or Elvis's pink plaid, pink checkered jacket, or his gold suit. You had a variety of Elvis Stitch to peruse. And let me show you. So the cover of Blue Hawaii, Elvis is wearing a red Aloha shirt and a lei. And here's how it's realized as Stitch with the little bobblehead. And this is from the team over at NECA. There you go. There's that. As far as the Kidrobot goes, look at this. Look at this guy.
Aww. Wow, he's big.
Isn't he though? And then what happens when you squeeze him? He shakes. Can you see that he's shaking on there? I'm trying to figure out how to get it to where you guys can tell, but he's like vibrating.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Let's see. If I put it to the side, can you see? No, it's like it doesn't show up to you at all. But he's about. Oh wait, you can kind of see it in the way the words plush look. See it? They're kind of
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice and still. So yeah. So he's a hunk of burning love. So these are available online. So we'll have the link. But there was a variety of them there on the show floor. Here, let me share a picture of their booth because it was quite a sight. Check it out.
So much Elvis. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. What I ended up purchasing while they're at D23, because I didn't have much time to shop with everything I was covering, I actually grabbed a bag of the new Joffrey's blend. Don't be fooled by the fact that it's called the Sorcerer's Blend, because there's been those before. This is a new blend. It is delightful. It has a little bit of a citrus note to it. It won me over immediately. they had a nice savings going on at the event and no shipping. So therefore, I grabbed a bag right there at D23. Minimal line. And the only reason there was a line was because there was a free sample. I could have just walked up and bought a bag without waiting in line. But I wanted to sample it first. So I waited for about maybe 5-6 people before I got to have a nice little sample of coffee. Swarovski Crystal was there with an amazing booth. Oh man, Becca, this thing, the sparkle on this and the hue of red that they were able to bring to life through the base and the crystal is just gorgeous, as well as this piece. These are actually two different pieces. The one in the foreground with the Avengers, and then the Captain Marvel piece is its own piece. But check out the sparkle on these and the definition. I mean, even with the sparkle.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so lots of fun over at the Swarovski Crystal booth. I have some video that I'm going to be passing on to the team so that you can really catch the light of these sparklies. Oh, I took a picture of this because this lunchbox. I actually have this lunchbox. It's right over here. Let me grab it real quick. Mine's really beat up, but it was fun. They did a display of merchandise over the years. And so, this lunchbox is from 1961. Well, in 1978, when I moved from a small town in Texas, about 2 hours east of Dallas, to the big city, I moved to the LA area. I moved to California. I was a denim cowboy boot, Southern drawl girl. Shortly after I arrived, this was found buried in the playground. And they all knew that I was a Disney fan. And so as a way to kind of make the new girl feel welcome, they let me have it.
Aww.
Named it from the Lost and Found at our school. So yeah, and I still have it. Like I say, it's really beat up, but man, it means a lot because it was a way of kind of being welcome to a new place. Over at the Lego booth, they had these princess dresses made out of Legos. They had Moana. They had Cinderella. Oh, that one kind of came off to the side there. Sorry. And then Princess Tiana. So some really gorgeous creative artistry within the world of Lego. There was a presentation on the upcoming Clue Muppets game. Okay, the setup for this is Uncle Deadly is hosting the Muppets for a night of Clue at the Muppet Theater. And they joked that it's because that way he can just be dead because he's going to be Mr. Body. So he doesn't have to, right? Least amount of effort. They revealed the characters. Instead of Miss Scarlet, you have Miss Piggy. Instead of Mr. Green, you have Kermie. Instead of Professor Plum, you have Gonzo. Instead of Chef White, you have the Swedish Chef. For the peacock. Oh, I can't remember what the label is for the peacock now. I want to say it has something to do with being a lawyer, as I recall. Okay. You have Sam Eagle, which he's a bird, right? Peacock, eagle. Mm-hmm. There you go. And then finally we have Fozzie Bear for Colonel Mustard. So
nice. Yeah. Nice.
And then for your weapons, you end up with a Zapper from Pigs in Space, Marley and Marley chains from Muppet Christmas Carol, the skillet of singing vegetables from the Muppet Show, classic Muppet Show, Treasure Island Kermit sword, Muppet Movie, the classic. Instead of the pipe, you're going to have Gonzo's plumbing statue, that statue that sat on his plumbing truck. And instead of the candlestick, in this case, we have the floating candelabra from Muppet's Haunted Mansion. So
that's so fun. So, yeah. What a cool way to incorporate all these different stories and movies into one game.
And the game board is centered on the Muppet Theater, and they actually did their best to recreate kind of a floor plan of the Muppet Theater, including various Easter eggs. So in the music room, you have the instruments sitting there as if the mayhem have just stepped away for a moment.
Aw.
They have each character's instrument there represented in the room. So yeah, and there's lots of other Easter eggs that they shared. I'm not going to share any of them here. That way you can find them when you pick up the board. But in the center of the board is a Clue board game, because the whole conceit of it is that it is Uncle Deadly hosting Clue, right? So therefore you would need the Clue board because that's what's happening, right? Yeah, totally. Disney artist on this scene. This is always my favorite place at D23. Somewhere on the show floor, they have a small stage, and it tends to be kind of a little bit quieter area, not as heavily attended, because it's often a corner, and it's always my favorite place to be at D23. And I saw the Muppet presentation there. Disney artist and Imagineer. He was one of the people who was part of Tokyo Disneyland Star Tours creation. One of his first projects was creating the droids for that attraction, but he did a live painting demonstration where he did these 2 canvases in, I want to say 20 minutes or 30 minutes, something insane. And just and not only that, but as he was doing it, they were asking him questions about his career in Imagineering.
Wow.
And if you've ever had a chance to see Eric paint, he doesn't use brushes. He often he's using like I call it a spatula, but the thing that you would like spread your paint with, or he'll just squeeze it straight out of the tube and then smear it with his hands. And then he just wipes that off on his hand and goes to the next. And he says it was born out of the fact that he didn't want to have to wash a brush. And so he's just started to, use other things to paint. And it was so very much fun. And look at what a mess he was by the time he was completed with it. So yeah, we'll be sharing some video of that as well, because I was over there shooting that during the parks presentation. A portion of it was streamed simultaneously on Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
They said 1 million people were watching it on Fortnite.
Wow.
That is an amazing dynamic to me. And they unveiled these new skins. And it's kind of loosely, I thought of it as being kind of part of that merchandise world, but we're going to have Disney villains in Fortnite, additional Marvel skins. They also unveiled some Incredibles dynamics coming to Fortnite. So lots of Fortnite fun.
I saw people, Elastigirl was trending on X. People were very excited that she was coming to Fortnite. I was like, wow, there's a lot of love for Elastigirl.
And there was plenty of love for what's already happening within the world of Fortnite. Apparently this Wolverine banana thing is a Fortnite thing that's happening. So there was a secondary group of this same size that had marched past me a few moments before I stumbled on these guys. Wow. So this is only half of the number of Wolverine, like the bunch. This is only half of the bunch.
This is what Laughing Place needs to do. We need to just walk around as a group in like various, in some type of costume or something, and just like. No, I know that defeats the purpose, but that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a blast. And over on the stage, one of the seminar stages, legendary Imagineer Bob Weiss, who has had a career at Imagineering that was four decades. He spoke about his experiences in Imagineering. He has written a book called Chasing Dreams. It's going to be coming to shelves later this year. They had it available, like a pre-sale option. You could buy it at this event, but it's not officially in stores until later. So those of us at D23 are going to get an early read on it. But he said during his presentation that he's doing an audiobook version of it. He's in the midst of recording it. So if you're someone like me who enjoys audiobooks, hang on, it's coming to audio. And he was a delightful conversationalist. I've had the privilege of hearing him speak before. Yeah, it's definitely put it on the watch for list, because you will enjoy it. You will develop a deeper understanding and appreciation of what goes into Imagineering, and he's very inspiring. He's one part of what I'm talking about now, where I'm pumped and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what, that project that seems so daunting, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take it on. I'm going to jump into this. If I fall flat on my face, I fall flat on my face, and then I get up and I do it again. It's like, it was yeah, no, super cool, super awesome. I had so much fun. The team over at Rock Love, next week, they're unveiling to the general public now their upcoming collection. Oh man, Becca, the name of it escapes me. I want to say it's called Build a Dream, or something along those lines. But it's see, you can see the necklace bases on the left here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I can. Okay, so let me scroll down. You'll have the necklace or bracelets with a crown or kind of that wishing star in varying lengths. And then they have larger links that you can add these what they call enhancer sets. And so you can mix and match your love of all things Disney through Rock Love. They'll have like a Little Mermaid set that'll feature the shell that traps her voice, that features Triton's trident, for Emperor's New Groove, right? You have Yzma's poison, a llama, and Kuzco's is it a crown, I guess?
Yeah, that's a good. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah.
Yeah, any of these collections jumping out at you, Becca? It's a very interesting choices to me.
Yeah, I really like. Well, right there, Moana and Beauty and the Beast, Tangled. Those are three of my favorite stories. But yeah, I think I really like the Tangled charms. And I'm looking on their site right now. It's Tell Your Tale collection.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. But it's very interesting to me that they're kind of stepping into that charm world.
Yeah.
It's an area that has been very much kind of honestly Pandora, right?
Yes.
And so now to see Rock Love step in, I'm eager for where this will go. I am fond of kind of smaller charm, like smaller pendants. I could see using these as smaller pendant items.
Yes.
As well. Rock Love has a level of artisanship that we've spoken about before. Very, very impressive. This is a little bit better image, so you can see a little bit more of the detail of it. And we will bring you more information about it when it does actually drop. But that was part of the D23 fun. At the Legends ceremony, they honored Disney cast member Martha Blanding. Martha has a book out as well, and it is not yet on shelves. It will be coming later, but it is described as a Black woman's journey through the happiest place on earth. And let me just say that listening to Martha talk for just a few moments at the Legends ceremony was inspiring. I've known Martha for a long time. She was a support to Laughing Place when we first started this website. And so I was thrilled to be able to be there when she received her Legend Award, but I did not know her story. And so learning more about her story in that brief moment was awesome. So that's on Disney Plus. I know it's on our YouTube too. So you can watch it on Disney Plus. You can watch it on our YouTube. Learn more about Martha, but this book will take you through, and it's done in a conversational style. It's an easy read. I started reading it on the trip home, the parts of the story that I knew because I was there when it was happening. So it was fun to go back and revisit some of those early days of Laughing Place, because she writes about the Haunted Mansion event and the Pirates event, the merchandise events that happened very, very early on in when Laughing Place was covering stuff. So yeah, I highly highly recommend. Yes, David, they do. They have the Disney. I have not seen the footage yet to be able to say it's truly complete.
Okay.
But it is the entire Legends ceremony. I'm going to be watching it later with my husband, and I'm to see kind of what, if anything, they decided to leave out. Laughing Place also has it right here on our YouTube channel, but obviously Disney's production quality, they have direct audio and things like that. Filming in an arena like Honda Center, that's going to be challenging. So yeah, be sure to definitely check it out over there on Disney. Oh, Kyle coming in and saying they dumped a few words. Yeah, Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito was a bit of fun there. Oh, and the name of Martha's book is Groundbreaking Magic, and it's also not coming out. I think it comes out in October. I think is when it comes out, but they had it available in kind of a limited release to D23 Expo. I'm sorry, D23 fan event attendees. So she could do a book signing along with author. She wrote it along with Timode, also a good friend of Laughing Place in our earliest days as well. So, oh, Becca, let me. Okay. I have so much. I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling. I apologize.
No, it was an incredible weekend. I mean, like, and I wasn't even paying that much attention to all that was happening. So I can imagine being in the middle of it was just like, oh my goodness.
Oh, and then there were little things like we went to Disney parks, and it'd been a while since I bought a little glowy cube. And I know you can't really see it on here, but I remember when they were actually cubes. Now they're Mickey shaped, and they have all kinds of settings and flashy little, like they transition in varying ways through the colors. So yeah, so that was cool. So I got that in my I got it in my Hurricane at Blue Bayou. I think the other one I have over here is from Gideon's Mint Julep, which he did not like. It was a Disney mint julep, so therefore no alcohol.
Right, of course.
He's a little kid. But yeah,
and the hurricane was real, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The hurricane was real. Yes. And then let me see. The other thing I want to share with you all that's fun about D23. This is my husband and son holding a Disney Legend Award.
Whoa! Who was carrying around a Disney Legend Award? They gotta take a picture with it.
I don't even know. I don't know how this happened. I wasn't there. But they said we got to hold a Legend Award.
That is awesome.
That's pretty cool. They said it's very heavy.
I imagine it would be.
So yeah. And finally, the last thing I want to share before I let you share with everybody what's on the shopping list. There's going to be more talk, by the way, about D23 Monday evening. We do our Disney Parks Talk live here on Laughing Place, and it will feature a lot of D23 talk, I'm sure, because our whole team was from Disney Parks Talk live was there. Mike Celestino, who tends to focus on Star Wars and the West Coast, he was there. Jeremiah Good, who is our Walt Disney World liaison, correspondent, he was there as well. My husband Doobie, he was hosting the booth and meeting all the people who stopped by. And then I was out and about here and there, and then where Benji would send me. But before I throw it back to you to talk about the what we haven't talked about. Yes, exactly, Gio. There were absolutely nothing, no major park announcements at all to talk about. Oh, so many major park announcements to talk about. I'm so excited. I can't wait. But we took a tour of, it's the same time as this, right? It's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock Pacific.
4 o'clock
7
Pacific
o'clock.
On this YouTube channel. Hit the button that says subscribe, like the little bell, to get notified when we go live, because we go live a lot around here. We love to talk about Disney. But it was my teammate Alex's birthday last week, and so prior to D23, Ben took a few of us on the Land of Dreams tour that they that they do at the Disneyland Resort. This is a very special tour, and when one of the items that you receive as part of the tour is this beautiful pin set. Let me.
Oh, wow.
So it has the Disneyland Railroad, right, represented. The here, let me see if I make myself big, maybe that'll help, and so you can see it better. So sorry, here, let me try that. There we go. So yeah, so you have the Disneyland train, you have an antique car, you have the lamp that's in Walt's apartment, because we got to go up to Walt's apartment, which I still can't believe that actually happened.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then 21 Royal Street, a pin of 21 Royal Street. We didn't visit that, but a pin of 21 Royal Street. And then this medallion on a broad ribbon pin lanyard. And this lanyard, obviously, this is that tartan, that pattern that the VIP guides wear, right? So just the design on this is just really impressive. So if you had been, looking at or thinking about the Land of Dreams tour, you can find more information about it over at the Disneyland.com, the official Disney website. There's just a little bit of the pin.
So cool.
That also comes with that amazing experience. They really there's an exquisite level of service that comes with that tour and access. And we saw things I didn't expect to ever kind of witness with my own eyes. So it was a very exciting day and beautiful. I think I'm going to write about it for the site, but I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Ben about that. I know, assignments get shifted around here, so I don't know if it'll be something for me or someone else here, but we'll probably talk about it a little bit more. I bet Doobie and Gideon will talk about it with the Disney Trivia Live. That's a game show we have here. I don't know if you knew that, but Tuesdays and Saturdays at 7:30 Pacific, we host a live Disney trivia game show pretty much each week, featuring 2 different trivia contests. You play for, just mostly bragging rights. Every now and again, we have prizes that are of significance, but mostly, this is going to play and I don't want it to play volume. Okay. So yeah, so lots of fun with all of that. Let's see, Becca, I think you have a shopping list as we begin to wrap up.
Yep, we've got a shopping list. We covered a few of the things on here, but we do have a few more in-depth articles about some of the stuff that we discussed from D23. Yeah, most of the merchandise that's on Laughing Place in the past, I guess, 3 days is all the D23 at Disney store, but it's really, really quite cool. And of course, today is a Pintastic Tuesday, so there's some new Hocus Pocus pins that are up. We talked about Alex doing the unboxing with Disney style. He's got a video up, and he goes through all of the different items that were in that box. I've briefly just mentioned Hocus Pocus. There's a Hocus Pocus collection that's at Disney store. Some of it is returning favorites, like the trio plush that comes in the cauldron. And then there's also a new Spirit jersey, new ears, and some other fun new items as well. Lego has some new Nightmare Before Christmas sets that are like the different locations from the movie, from Halloween Town. So if you are a fan of Lego and want to build out your collection, you'll want to check that out. There's a series of heroes and villains vinyl figurines. It's a 2-pack with a hero and a villain, designed by Stacy, I want to say Aoyama, and that is at Disney store as well. There's also new Munchlings, the Baked Treats remix. We talked a little bit about the Disney Lacers. While the Midnight Masquerade dolls have sold out, Alex did get to interview the designers about that, and we have an article up on Laughing Place. We've got Back to School with Marvel, so if your kids are heading back to school or you're heading back to school and you want a little bit of Marvel fun, there's a wide variety of items available from the brand. And then we also got to interview the designer whose name is slipping my mind, Alex Riger Waters, I believe, designed the Star Wars Dark Side collection. We have an interview and a post about that up, and those items are also at Disney Store. So yeah, big, wide, varied shopping list, but so much stuff to check out.
And as always, we'll be here next time to talk about more Disney merchandise, like more huggable, squishable things like this stitch. Thank you to Disney Style once again for the unboxing fun that we had, our friends at Disney for passing that along. Oh yeah, Mickey is my spirit animal. There's gonna be, join us on Monday. We can all talk about that announcement. For those of you who don't know what she's referring to, Magic Kingdom is going to receive a few new Cars attractions, and along with it means a revisioning of the Frontierland area. I am bummed, and I understand those who are big bummed. But if they can bring something that has that feeling that I get when I go through the Grizzly River area of California Adventure, but then add Cars to it, I'll be okay. It's like I'll miss the vistas, but I'm looking forward to the possibility. But it's one of those things where it's all about the execution for me, which is why I don't tend to go to the big announcement things, but I did this time, and it was quite a show. So we'll be talking more about it. David Sutton pointing out Magic Kingdom trending because of that news. So you're going to hear more about it here on Laughing Place. We've already got, we have the news up on the site if you haven't seen the news, but we'll be discussing it more in depth with our Disney Parks Talk Live. You'll hear what the team thinks about it. But for now, me and Stitch, we're going to go enjoy some classic music. So see you next time. As I forget where to push the button. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I found it. Bye.